we are getting a live-action Hollywood remake of Your Name. Let's talk about it. We got word that Makoto Shinkai's Your Name is getting a live-action adaptation. Lee Isaac Chung will be the director on this Hollywood remake, who will also be in charge of writing the script to fit into a movie format as well. I truly think this is one of those films that can easily translate into a live-action film, as it's set in a real world of Tokyo, Japan, and if you have seen this movie, which I assume you have if you are watching this video, then you know that the location shots that Makoto draws and animates are some of the more gorgeous looking animation you will ever see. Every single frame of his films can literally be wallpaper art. They just have so much attention to detail, and he highlights just the natural beauty that surrounds us every single day, and maybe even stuff that we take for granted. Every single film Makoto does has these qualities to them. 5 centimeters, Your Name, Weathering with You, just to name a few. So the absolute most important thing a director will have to make sure is to grab that same beauty of all the location shots and take some gorgeous B-roll, which for a good director shouldn't be very difficult. This isn't an impossible task, so I have faith that they can nail this part. I just hope this is something that they really noticed and truly respect that they will adapt into the remake. Now, this is where things are going to upset a lot of fans, and honestly, I'm right there with you, because we got word that the Japanese right holders requested a Western style take on the source material, and of course won't have Japanese characters and instead will have Western ones. Now, this can absolutely be done because the movie itself is not truly about its locations, but about the characters themselves. But this leads me to my previous statement. The iconic shots that Makoto creates in his movies showcase some of the most beautiful things about Japan. As someone who's visited some of these famous locations while in Japan, Makoto seriously puts an insane amount of effort into recreating these locations. So I have a lot of doubt that a Western style take will have the same magic that the original Japanese version had. And the characters will inherently be a lot different as well, since it will be adopting Western culture mannerisms. I want to keep an open mind though, because the fact that it seems the Japanese actually want the film to be a Western style and not just a direct remake. As they said in this direct quote, if we wanted the movie to just be a Japanese live action version, then we would just make it ourselves, and we want to see the film through a Western viewpoint. So I can respect where they are coming from, because I think universally we all feel this way. We are always more interested in something we don't always have access to. So for us in the West, we are intrigued with Japanese culture, while in Japan, they are intrigued with Western culture. This also gives the studio more room to take the story in different directions, not being fully tied down to the original, but at what point is it even the same movie? Or is it just going to be its completely own thing with the same title? Paramount and J.J. Abrams are also the ones producing the film, so it has some pretty big names attached to it. I'd love to know how you feel about this news, so don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment. As I mentioned, I want to know how you feel about this news. Do you think a Western take on this film will be a good thing, or would you have preferred the characters and locations stayed in Japan? Will the fact it has a Hollywood budget and therefore a wider audience with a further reach be a good thing, and maybe even attract more people to the original? That's it for this one. See you in the next video.